to the greatest show that ever was and ever will be. Place in Outer Worlds. I can't quit you, babe. So I have to put you down for a while. Oh, I can't quit you, baby. So I have to put you down for a while. Oh. You know what? I never put this up. We've been doing pretty good though. Pretty good on frames. Alright. Let's go get this gunship's targeting module, I guess. I'm gonna go back in here though. Even though he told me never to come back. I'm coming back. War of Words fizzles. What's up, dude?
So much for peace and quiet. Would it kill the universe to cut me some slack?
Yeah. So about that ship.
Yes, the one that crashed. I saw it on the security feed. A bit grainy, but an invigorating watch all the same. What about it?
It was pretty wild, wasn't it? Us sharing the experience of seeing it crash like that.
Is this bonding? I'm not sure I like it. Next, you'll be asking me how I got the scar on my chin when I was 11.
How did you get the scar on your chin?
Most of it's underneath along my jaw, but yes, it seems to have faded with time. Moral of the story is, never run with scissors.
Ouch. Where do you think the ship came from?
The board has a blockade of gunships that patrol Monarch. Not a ton, mind you, just enough to deter the masses. I am curious as to what downed it. A faulty part wouldn't be wholly unusual. The supply for new mechanicals is tight. Ugh, now I'll never sleep. Unsolved puzzles really torque my sprockets. If you find out what happened, sell me the info.
Who do you think I should give the module to?
I fear it's a sad day when you've resorted to asking me for advice. Sanjar's about as deadly as a spilled can of lead paint. If anyone's to aim a cannon at my face, I'd prefer it be him. But he'd never have the guts to defend Monarch if it came down to it. Graham's as likely to bomb Monarch as he is to protect it, down to the last dying man, woman, and sistapig. As I'm not the one with access to the artillery cannon, I reckon the decision's ultimately up to you.
Thanks.
I'm quite useful from time to time, aren't I? You're welcome.
Bye.
I'm getting a headache behind my left temple. What could be causing it? The glare from the terminal screen? Or something else?
Maybe it's something else. You're an info broker. What's that?
Is that a trick question? Because to answer it, you'd need to pay me. Of course, I could offer you a vastly more interesting bit of data instead. Try me. Ask me anything you'd like. I'll even offer it for free. We'll call it an exchange for your help with the broadcasts. Ask me what you will.
What can you tell me about Phineas?
Not much, admittedly.
You must know something.
I do know this much. There is a sharper side to the good scientist than you'd expect. If allegations are to be believed, the experiments he conducts for the greater good are in fact treasonous and for self-gain. I am not convinced as to the validity of these allegations, considering the source, but I am also not unconvinced either.
This guy's so undecisive.
Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
Let's talk about the board.
There are so many members. Do specify.
About the chairman.
If you try to cite me on this, I will deny, deny, deny. Do you understand? What I am about to reveal is the sort of information that gets a body disappeared. MSI's ownership of Monarch is technically legal, but it would give MSI too much power on the board to grant them such status.
What are you saying?
That the chairman is politically motivated to keep Monarch from being re-recognized as a legal part of the colony, and his actions as a result are highly illegal.
I see.
And that is all you will get from me regarding such a deadly piece of data.
Let's talk about something
Luckily
else.
for you, I am a veritable font of information.
Thanks. Glad you said that again. I'm curious about MSI and the Iconoclasts.
They are a curious lot. Insufferable. And short-sighted, too. What else do you wish to know?
I could use some dirt on Sanjar.
Sanjar is not actually at fault for his past performance reviews, but he can keep hunting for loopholes to get back on the board for the next century. He'll never be reinstated. Not in his lifetime. For Nebula's sake, even with the loophole I gave him, he's only in charge of MSI because every other exec died during the massacre at Amber Heights.
What do you mean?
I gave Sanjar and Graham legal information that would allow MSI to own Terra One once the other corporations had abandoned the planet. The execs had their concerns, but before the matter could be resolved, pirates raided their homes in the night.
Oh, wow. I'm curious about Graham Bryant's deep, dark secrets.
Some say Graham suffers from nightmares that leave him sweat-drenched and screaming. I would assume it stems from the friends and family he lost in Amber Heights all those years ago.
What's the story?
You mean between MSI, the Iconoclasts, and myself? I bet neither of those megalomaniacs told you I was the true mastermind behind Monarch.
What?
Back when the colony was still Terra One and corporations were abandoning us left and right, I'm the one who approached Sanjar and Graham with the means to our salvation. I offered them a legal way to take control of the planet. If MSI were the only corporation here, they could claim sole ownership.
So MSI would have to stay behind while the other corporations left?
Precisely. The other corporations were fleeing because of the hazard clause declaring Terra One uninhabitable. But MSI had lagged behind, giving Sanjar and Graham an opportunity. Take over MSI, stay here while the other corps left, take over the planet.
They're master of no one. So you're the glue that brought them together.
Precisely. Without me, they never would have done more than play Revolution in hushed whispers over scuzzy kale ales in the tavern. Thus, the bargain was struck. They could run MSI while I would operate Devil's Peak Station. Unfortunately, relations have soured over time.
Why did the partnership fall apart?
Competing ideologies. Graham believes Sanjar has become corrupted by the corporate lifestyle, that he is now similar to the original corporate executives they sought to reform. And Sanjar has learned the hard way that Graham is quite morally gray. Luckily for you,
Have you received any broadcasts from Earth?
what? No. Why would I go out of my way to intercept messages from Earth? There's no market for them. No buyer means it's not worth my time. Now, if you wanted me to intercept a certain one, that might be worth it for the right price.
Okay,
How low you seemingly regard my trade.
that's right. I'd like to secure some information.
I may have a secret for you. For the right
Oh, it wasn't
How
really a
low
new
you
option.
seemingly regard. Give my regards.
Okay, there was another door somewhere. I think it was on this floor down here. Went out to the outside. Can't remember exactly where it was, but I wanted to go out of it, and I didn't. No, that's not it. It's over here then. I left that here? Why didn't I take that? Weird. I'm not known to leave that stuff behind. There's a door to the outside. Somewhere. This is where I came from. Okay. That is the way out, I believe. Yeah, here's the door. Here it is. I just want to see what's out here. Bread. Energizing ointment. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well. Yeah, okay. Let's do it. The gunship's actually quite far away, so I'm actually going to swap back to this. Oh, is this thing still alive? Is this evil? Hudson.
All's quiet again. Thanks for the easy payday, stranger. Maybe C3 ought to hire you.
Alright. Joy.
Only good marauder is a dead or dying one. Slick
Great.
work in there.
Alright, can we get down from here? How? Over here?
If you're living up in a tower on a place called Devil's Peak, you might be some type of serial villain.
Might be, man.
To be honest, I'm surprised it's still standing. Every time I set foot inside, I half expect the tower to fall over.
It didn't seem unstable, so I wouldn't ever expect that. There are enemies in here. That is for certain. What do we got over here? Mantisaur. My dog is flopping around like a maniac. Mega Mantiqueen.
to shreds, you...
Mega Mantiqueen down. Nobody even died. Alright. Moving on. Wait. Oh, wow. I didn't even see this dude. Walk right past him.
That assist was a violation of corporate law if I ever saw one. Since it was to my benefit, and we're largely in lawless lands, I'll look the other way. C3 owes you one, stranger. You haven't seen Constance, have you? Ah, there's her torso.
Whoa.
That'll be her legs over yonder, never mind. I'm Bertold.
Bertold.
What in the void are you thinking, creeping around a mannequin like that?
At the time, I was thinking, please don't see me, oh law, I don't want to die, nah nah nah. Now I'm thinking it was stupid to come in here.
C3 sent me to find you.
Means they're still holding the post then. Good. You might head on back. We can talk more there where it's safe. I'll be on my way. Once I've gathered up Constance's parts.
Great.
Meet me at the camp. And try not to get shot.
Another level up. Not gonna say no to that. That was really easy. That mission. I'm sure it was supposed to be hard. Wait, where's the way out? Right here. Okay, let's do this level up while we're here. I feel like there was something I was working towards. Those I know I was, but I felt like there was something else that I needed higher. I know my lockpick needs to be higher, but I don't think that was it. Corrosion damage up 25%. In-ray damage plus 25%. Let's just go ahead. We'll do these two, and then yeah. I'm sure it won't be too long before we level up again. Man, this guy's fast.
Hey, Mannequin Slayer! Glad you made it in one piece.
That's me.
After all, not everyone's so lucky. Meet my corporate compliance crew. Then check out our weapons locker inside. I reckon you'll find something you like. Then we call it even between us.
Why are you guys guarding this station?
They were hired to do so. Why else? You did get the memo that we're mercenaries? Our client's a bit unorthodox, sure. He calls himself the broker, and prefers the glow of a terminal to flesh and blood interaction. But I can't fault his work ethic. Our current gig's to stop, by means of lethal force, any creatures exiting the caverns, including but not limited to marauders, iconoclasts, and agents operating for the MSI.
Kind of odd for a group of mercs to label themselves as a corporate entity.
The corporate model is the oldest and most efficient, not to mention stable structure history has ever shown us. Plus, corporations got certain rights not entailed to individuals. I lead the C3s. Addie covers our payroll and expenditures, Lance handles the human capital, and Donald is our charming public face. Our system works. We've racked up more confirmed kills than any other crew you can hire.
Seems I've done your job for you. The station's clear.
Wow, that was a bit presumptuous, don't you think? We were still debating as to whether we're contractually obligated to take out those marauders. And here, you've undercut us.
Well,
We have an image to uphold. Our services are deservedly expensive.
you gave me $1.
Now, I shall have to pay you so that future clients continue to recognize the value of our work. We'll just say you were a subcontractor. Yes, that'll do. We exercised our finest judgment in hiring you, you know?
Yeah.
You look like an idle body, and idlers get orders.
Okay. Do you have anything to say?
Got a problem?
What about you?
Maybe I can help.
I like
I
the
owe you
design
for
of
bringing
this
the boss
character.
man back to us.
Thank the architect! Bertolt's back!
Okay, so let's move on to not that. This. We have to do that too before we leave. It's over there, which means I have to go back here and cross. So this way? Yeah. Seems off that I would have to go up, but I guess this is right. This goes back down. We're sort of sliding. It's the first time I've wished that. In this game, that is. I usually think that a lot.
Good thing I got my hiking boots on. They're actually the same as my ass-kicking boots. I can't afford another pair.
It is a trek, isn't it? Almost like we don't have working lifts.
Make that candy fly.
Fucking tough operations on me, folks!
Alright. I am going the right way, right? Yeah.
Mess with us!
Nobody messes with you, boss.
Oh, that thing's dead. Nice. Dead in a second. Skin mask. Okay. Yep. Alright, let's continue on. good, man. I'm good. Oh, wow, there's a lot of dead bodies here. I'll take the armor parts. Why not?
Alright, here we go!
Just sit here. Nice. Okay. How much is that worth? 38 gold. Aromatic. We're at 100 now.
Here we go.
He's gooing the shit out of him. I just want to see what happens if I get over 1,000.
That's the last of him!
Scrap mechanical. It's gone. I need 100 lockpick to pick that. Kind of
Hey, a
annoying.
shipwreck. Wonder if we'll find any bodies moldering in there.
We're not even close to the shipwreck.
Hey, I remember Cascadia from that one episode of Terror on Monarch. Crawling with monsters it was.
This is what you get when a corporation takes a dump and walks off without cleaning it up. This area is suicide. If you got a way around it, ain't no shame in taking it.
I've already gone through here and killed everything, so... I mean, like, more stuff might have spawned, I don't know, but... Yeah, like... Yeah, yeah.
Covering you! Hey, boss! Watch this!
He just kicked nothing, but it did a lot of damage to it.
Oh, that's the last of him! I love a good brawl! Don't mess
You're dead.
with the best!
Alright. Just go ahead and reload, I guess. No harm in doing it. Raptidon Colossus.
Here I come!
Kick that bitch. Wow. His attack
And
is
the
actually really
crowd
powerful.
goes wild!
Oh, that's the crashed ship right there. Sulfur pits discovered.
Making progress. That's the last of
Love
them.
that. I love that gun. It's so funny. It should be called the ragdoll gun.
You go on ahead. I'll just wait out here.
Yeah, me too. You have fun, Captain.
Are you kidding me? Ah, okay, it just changes to 101. I didn't know if I could only fit like 100 in there or something. Requires key card. Locate targeting module. Targeting modules are located in primary routing. Access requires Captain Matsu's command key. Warning, the integration module is responsible for controlling access to the ship's primary functions. Removing it will void your manufacturer's warranty, and despite removing it, the ship remains UDL property. Unauthorized access by parties not covered by UDL policy is a felony. Run diagnostics. This MK4 gunship's operational parameters have exceeded acceptable damage ranges. The cost of any repairs necessary at your nearest UDL repair facility will be averaged amongst the crew. Alright, captain's log. CE saying something about spare regulator bypass. Something. Chikashu. I'm turning this thing towards the groundbreaker, firing up the engines and retiring. Better to be arrested than lose power and drift out into space. I just hope this old bird can handle one last trip. How, in this law-forsaken colony, is it so impossible to requisition parts? My chief engineer is barking at me to order yet another damn thing, and I can't even get a response from corporate. Another day, another ship lands on Terra 1, and we can't shoot them down. That makes... I've lost count. What's the point of being out here if we can't get some backup? Start Mayday message playback?
Hello, my name's Jen. I'm the chief engineer on this gunship, and I'd like to let the record show that our captain is a total fucking hullhead.
What?
I told him again and again that without fixing our regulators, spinning up the engines are going to blow through our coils and we'll go flying off in a completely random direction. Well, here we are. Thinking we'll hit soil in about 30 seconds. This is your chief engineer signing off for what is probably the last time. It's a shame you can't see this middle finger I'm holding up, because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
Okay. Well, give me that command key. Oh. So they're really not going to follow me in here. I do not like the way the floor looks in here. This is really disorienting to me. It almost makes me sick to look at. Before I touch that, I just wanted to see if there's anything else. Pick up Cantanker's Canid targeting module. Alright. Now I get to choose who it goes to, right? I don't have to give it to either of them, apparently. I mean, everything's optional. I could just murder both of them. Well. before I do this, let's go ahead and start this mission. It's actually not too far from here. Let's see where... Okay, it's like right across the bridge. That's the way I have to go to get back to Graham anyways. Give me them drugs. That drugs and them ammo. That drug, them ammo. Them ammo. I will take only this. Okay.
Ready when you are, boss.
For what? What are you ready for, Felix?
Used to be. You can get the best wine on Monarch here.
Eyes up, boss. We're rambling into the jaws of danger.
Second day it's done that. I never had any trouble with it doing that loading crap before. Really frustrating. Oh. I didn't realize you could go up here. Huh. Enemy.
Here we go.
Ooh, they're running to find people, I guess. Oops. Oh, look.
Everyone all right?
Well, if they weren't dead before, they're dead now. Crack them knees. Okay.
Wraps. Let's clear the sulfur-sodden fucks out so Hayes can rest in peace.
You're going down.
I am a storm!
Get it off.
I wish this like lasted longer than shooting it at something. Alright, where's this body? Or grave? Okay. Buried near the surface of Hayes' grave is a small lockbox. Its hinges rusted through and its wood almost completely rotted. It nearly falls apart in your hands, but in it you manage to find a tarnished silver medallion bearing the letters Charon. Wait. An old weathered grave. Through tooth marks and the gradual wearing through tooth marks and the gradual wearing away of sulfide, you can barely make out an epitaph carved on the tombstone's face. God himself eaten doing the right thing. Huh. Oh, well, let's give her the medallion.
Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Halcyon is worse off without him. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on Terra 2. We never heard from them again. I think it's time I call in a favor with Hiram. If anyone can track them down, it's him.
Are you kidding me? We have to go back to Hiram? Hold on. Tell me about the UDL contract.
I don't know much about it. It paid well, so they took it. They said they'd be back in a couple of weeks, and that maybe we could all use the money to get off Monarch. That was a long time ago.
You didn't try to find them?
I should have. I really should have. But soon after they left, Hayes and the others died. And to be honest, after him, I stopped trying. Because it hurt like hell to do so.
For what it's worth, I'm glad you're trying to confront it.
Thanks. I'm still not convinced I won't come to regret it, but we've started down this path. Might as well see it through. Maybe it'll stop me screaming at night. Now come on, let's make tracks before Hiram dies of old age.
Back to Hiram. Oh, I gotta find the way up this mountain again. Here we go. What is this? The Fallbrook? All the way up.
I wonder if Hiram's home. Just kidding. Guy never sets foot outside.
Wonder why they call it Devil's Peak. Ain't really a peak. It's, you know, 2 peaks.
Yeah, it's 2 peaks. Very funny. Not going in that door because I'm not an idiot. This is much closer to his actual where he stays. It's not the worst unless it's Borst worst. Okay. Just the way up? No. In here? Alright, hey Hiram.
So much for peace and quiet. Would it kill the universe to cut me some slack?
Maybe it would. Nyoka needs a favor.
Oh, great. I love doing pro bono work for friends.
Aw, you called us friends. I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions, but this time it's important.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned some goodwill during your months laboring for me.
She's your friend and she's in need. You're the only one who can help. I've had it with your selfishness. Help her or there will be consequences.
Whoa, hey, there is zero need for violence in this station. Look, I'll do what I can, all right?
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to shit, and I need to find them. I believe them to be on Terra 2.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes round one of their Spacer's Choice outposts. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Now scram. And, good luck.
Okay.
Sure. You know where to find me if you need me.
Switch to the outpost on Terra 2. So that'll be taking me to my ship. Well, that's gonna take me outside, but fast travel to Stellar Bay. I actually am going to fast travel from here because I don't feel like walking all the way to Amber Heights. I can't fast travel from inside. So let's go outside. Da 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 da. Ah, beautiful. We shall travel. This is Cascadia, CMP, Fallbrook. Yeah, Amber Heights. This is where we want to go. Terror on Monarch with Ruth Bellamy as Halcyon Helen, Spencer Woolridge as Chief of the Savages, featuring real monsters from the doomed world. That looks like a real actress's face. I mean, obviously painted, but it looks like a real person's face. Alright. Let's
I ought
go
to
give
mention,
it to
the
Graham.
Iconoclasts are loyal folk. Treat them right, they'll do the same. Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
This place wasn't half so pretty in the serials.
The gunship. Have you secured its targeting module?
What do you plan to do with it?
Mount its guns to our walls or the walls of Stellar Bay. The board is coming, Captain, and these weapons will defend us from their blasphemies.
You really think the board is going to attack?
Why wouldn't they? As we speak, our message assaults their populace through their favorite entertainment mediums. Surely their retaliation will come soon.
Before we get to that, I want to know
All
something.
right.
What's your story?
Before all this, I was a writer for MSI's product catalog. It was my purpose to spread awareness of Saltuna in its various forms. The certainty with which I spun among the other cogs in their machine stifled creativity and personal growth.
What made you see the eternal light? I can relate. Flying my own course may be dangerous, but at least it's freedom. I don't know. I can appreciate the stability of corporate life. What made you see the eternal light?
That came much later, after Sanjar had taken over. As he drifted closer to the corporate regime, I drifted further from it. I'd known a little about philosophism on the fringes of society, and as I learned more, I found that I was already on the path without even knowing. The freedom it teaches is the same freedom that I desire.
I've heard people mention an Amber Heights massacre. What happened?
I'm sorry. As long as it's been, I'd still rather not speak of it. That was a painful day for us all.
Why? Did you have family here?
All people are part of the Philosophist family. I've come to accept that, along with the additional weight of their deaths.
Never mind.
The gunship. Have you secured its targeting module?
I'd like to hear Sanjar's story. Before I give it to Graham. Because I am going to give it to Graham. Like, no matter what Sanjar says. He just seems like such a, like, way more sincere person. Alright, let's go speak to Sanjar.
You know, Nyoka, between you and me, we know all there is to know about Monarch.
What makes you say that?
Well, you got your life experience as a hunter, and I've memorized every episode of Terror on Monarch.
Guys,
Oh, Terror on Monarch's a riot. It's all made up, though. You know that, right?
Yeah, right. Next, you're gonna tell me Halsey and Helen weren't based on a real person.
I won't tell you that, no. You seem happier in your ignorance.
he's an idiot. Okay, let's talk to
If
him.
the Iconoclasts reach that ship first, there won't be any chance for a peaceful monarch. I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet. I've sent patrols, but they're running into trouble with the Iconoclasts.
Good. Why do you need the targeting module?
Well, because the module controls the weapons systems.
I mean, why do you need the gunship's weapon systems?
Because once we mount them on Stellar Bay's walls, no Marauder or Raptidon will ever be a threat to us again.
Gotta hand it to you, Sanjar. That ain't a bad plan.
It's absolutely foolproof. Stellar Bay will be as secure as any other settlement in Halcyon.
Just don't ask me to lug a bunch of cannons from that ship, too.
Don't worry. We'll send an engineering team for those later. We'll have to disconnect them from the rest of the ship.
Of course, they'll be useless without that targeting module, which is why it's critical that you retrieve it.
These weapons sound pretty powerful.
Which is also why we can't let the Iconoclasts get them.
I don't see how UDL is going to let you keep their toys.
The board's own salvage and recovery clause 32B would say differently.
And they won't dare challenge us over this. Not after the data you found on their experiments here.
Seems like your people should be able to handle this.
Look, Celia, he's being funny again.
I don't think so, sir.
Really? Well, I could have sworn. Well, that's not important. What is important is that there's a considerable distance between us and that ship, and most of it is inhabited by Marauders and Raptidons.
Enough about the gunship.
Good, because we haven't a moment to lose.
According to the ship's logs, they suffered some kind of malfunction.
That's surprising. The board's equipment is usually in top shape. After all, they have first access to any fresh parts or components.
Maybe it's slim pickings for them, too.
You think so? I always thought scarcities on Monarch were due to our pariah status.
Could you agree to a truce with the Iconoclasts?
They're all mad. And what's more, they left us. I don't see any way for us to work together.
I've read your reviews, Sanjar. You can't do this alone.
Not this again.
Remember what we practiced, sir.
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon. I can emerge and become whatever I wish.
You're good with details, but you could use someone who sees the big picture. The people who wrote your reviews are the same type of people you'll deal with on the board. Pull your head out of your ass, Sanjar. Don't screw this opportunity up over your wounded pride.
You too?
He has a point, sir. And it's not all bad.
Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? The iconoclasts are not the most compromising sorts.
How did things get so bad between you and the iconoclasts?
Oh, how do these things ever start? Once upon a time, Graham and I saw the same problems with MSI. A rigid corporate structure with no regard for its people. But, where I wanted to reform MSI, he only wanted to take it apart. As if starving in the wilderness is somehow better than starving under corporate mismanagement. He won't hear reason now, and I wouldn't trust him again.
What about Graham's second-in-command, Zora?
That's an interesting suggestion. I confess I don't know much about her except that she worked for Rizzo.
There ain't a body on this planet that can keep a group patched up like she has. I don't know how she does it.
I'd be willing to consider it, but I need to see her review first.
That means I would have to take out Graham. Fine.
Excellent. Her review would be in the Rizzo offices in Cascadia. Bring it to me, and I'll see if she's qualified.
Okay. Did I get a different quest for that? Sanjar says he's willing to negotiate, but only if Graham is replaced as leader. The obvious alternative is Zora. Before Sanjar is willing to negotiate, he wants to see her employee review, retrieve it from Cascadia, and bring it to him. Okay. Well, let's go to Cascadia. Oops. This is Cascadia. Okay. Where's this review? Over here? It's down in the lab? Is that where this is? Whoa, what the heck? Oh. Curious. Just a bunch of dead bodies. Terminal. I have received multiple complaints about your interactions with customers. According to these reports, the following phrases have been used when describing Rizzo products being sold at your storefront. If that ain't savings, just call me a Raptidon. Expletive deleted. The latest batch is gonna knock you out like a nose full of sulfur. The north end of a southbound woolly cow. These and others are not approved metaphors. Please refer to your employee handbook for the list of metaphors allowed when working. Much obliged, Violet Humbert, Human Resources. I have received notices from the following violations: consumption of non-approved lunch material, failure to volunteer for voluntary overtime, sale of restricted goods. I contest these violations on the following grounds. I'm allergic to purple berry. Making one of our pre-approved purple berry lunch meals will literally kill me. To be candid, it is a miracle I have lived this long without incident. I can't volunteer for overtime because I'm already been assigned overtime shifts. Okay, I'll fess up to selling restricted goods. You got me there. Selling soap to a man who stinks so bad I can't smell the sulfur around him is against the rules. Fine, I won't do it anymore. To Bartleby. Pauline Bartleby. I am writing to inform you that multiple employees have filed Form R441, perceived danger to human resources, through my office. It appears that Raptidon sightings are growing more and more frequent. As Rizzo Inc. has not responded to our request for safety equipment, a level of concern and, dare I say it, restlessness grows among the workers. Any indication as to the truth of these sightings or of the rumors that Rizzo Inc. is no longer supporting our efforts here would go a long way towards improving company morale. Thank you, Violet. Violet, please, we are all begging you, for the love of all that is good and just, please let Cecil sell soap to Simon again. He's got some kind of condition. I don't rightly know what it is, but I've smelled corpses with a finer odor than his.
Score one for Felix.
I don't know how I missed this whole building. Public Notices 117. Halcyon Holdings Corporate Board. Public Notice 117 on the issuing of a hazard clause for Terra 1. This notice, issued on January 12, 2343, serves as the public denouncement of Terra 1 as a feasible workplace environment. Due to the hostile and aggressive nature of the wildlife, as well as the unsustainability of its natural flora for use in human consumption, the Halcyon Holdings Corporate Board has officially enacted a hazard clause covering the entirety of Terra 1. After an evacuation period of no more than 6 months, Terra 1 will be officially considered illegal territory. As this is a unanimous decision, any corporation caught operating on Terra 1 after the evacuation period will face fines and possible disbarment, as defined in Halcyon Code 221. 221, I guess. Ugh. I've received confirmation that Rizzo will soon abandon Terra 1 with the rest of the corporations. We are expected to maintain our exports until the day we leave. All teams will continue to operate until told otherwise. As of this time, I don't see the need to inform anyone outside the three of us of the board's decision. We don't want our workers thinking they're going to be reassigned. Just let them do what they do best, their jobs. Thanks, Sumner. Does this change our priorities at all? Should we begin scuttling research and focusing more on the exports? No, we'll hit our export quotas for the next 7 months at least. Project Terra is still our #1 priority. Mr. Ziegler, or Ziegler. We regret to inform you that the shuttles en route to the bottling facility at Cascadia have been rerouted. The evacuation effort is prioritized in order of profitability, measured chiefly by export volume, and as of this time, other facilities have proven themselves either more profitable or more efficient. The distribution system will send the minimum 1 shuttle for evacuation purposes. If you have more personnel than can fit on the standard shuttle, Rizzo recommends establishing a priority system so that the loading and preparation of that shuttle can proceed smoothly. Please be advised that any attempt to load more than the maximum amount of human resources onto the shuttle will be met with forceful intervention. Warm regards, your friends in the Rizzo Inc. Directorate. What of Project Taro? Surely it warrants additional resources. Mr. Ziegler, research projects are not taken into consideration when calculating the profitability of any given settlement. Project Taro's importance may place it higher on your priority list, but we are still unable to send more than one shuttle for evacuation. We suggest you balance your resources accordingly. Warm regards. We get one shuttle. By my estimate, the Project Taro assets, both human and otherwise, will take up approximately 2/3 of our available space. That leaves us and a couple more people we can take with us. We need to decide how we're going to decide who else to take. Perhaps a subcommittee to draft a decision-making plan. You know me, Sumner. I love subcommittees, but any decision we make is going to end up with pissed-off workers. Let's just ride out with the Taro crew. We'll enjoy a bit of extra leg room. Once we're safe on T2, we can see about getting another shuttle sent out. Seconded. What will we tell the workers? Can we tell them that we're going to get them out? We just won't know. They just won't know. It'll be one shuttle at a time. It's fine. Do not tell them about the hazard clause. Our goal is to get out of here peacefully. No incidents. I don't want panic. I don't want a riot, or law forbid, a strike. Once we're out, we'll send word back with further plans. Until then, keep this among us. Wow. So messed up. Everything that happened on this planet. Probably is time for me to sell some stuff. Electrocharged surface. This mod stuns and damages melee attackers. That's cool. That's very expensive though. And I shan't be buying it. Okay, so I wish this was better, honestly. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Yeah, just both of these. And yeah. I'll hold on to that. That can go. I'll hold on to that. 40. This can go. And this can go. Wow, 31, 40. Yeah, just get rid of this. I just don't like the way it looks. Get rid of all the junk. Alright. And this is outside. Okay. Take the thug kit and the gyro sight. I really should just sell all my sights, because I hate the sights. Not worth it. Oh, it doesn't cost anything, so. Another Sugar Ops helmet. hold on. Plus 5 plasma damage and plus 10 in-ray damage. Don't I already have one of these on someone? 43. MSI helmet. I'm gonna give her this one. Just because it's slightly better. Wait, was there anything else I wanted in there? No. No, there wasn't. I'll take that, even though I think I've only ever used one. View data. Executive review, Zora Blackwood. Here to assess your progress, grab a can of Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. Sit back and learn how you can sweeten your career. Note, all employee reviews are property of Rizzo. Misuse of data may result in fines, loss of employee perks, and negative reviews. Zora is a top-notch sawbones with a good head for working under pressure. She knows how to assimilate large amounts of detailed information and make quick decisions. Her competence and decisiveness have allowed her to restore more than a few limbs and digits lost to carelessness around the machinery. Recommend for Employee of the Month. Cecil's enthusiasm for Rizzo's products is unmatched, and he displays an impressive knowledge of his company products. He's exactly the kind of worker we need to keep at our storefronts. Do not promote beyond store manager. Wow. Well, let's get that. So, return to root. Alright, so now I have to return to Sanjar. Which is over here. I just got tired of walking back and forth on this crazy planet. It's too big to be doing all that. I'm at war with the world. Alright. Talk to
Must have been
Sanjar.
nice. Throwing off the shackles of your old job. Taking up the rugged life of a hunter.
Any luck bringing the Iconoclast to the bargaining table?
I'm bringing
I don't like the
you
idea that they'll be trying for that module while we delay.
Blah, blah, blah. I have it. Give him Zora's review. I found Zora's review here.
Very well. I can't promise anything, but let's see what we have here. Well, it seems like she's actually very qualified.
Not to be a
If
leader.
it weren't for her, I'd wager the Iconoclast would have died off a while ago.
Because she's a good doctor.
Wasn't
Doesn't
expecting
make
to
her a
say
good
this, but
leader.
if you can put her in charge and convince her to agree to a meeting, I'd be willing to discuss terms.
I don't really want to put her in charge. To be honest. I don't really like her.
The infamous Amber Heights.
The folks in Amber Heights always manage to find a bottle or two of the good stuff.
I'm gonna
Team scavengers, I tell
see
you.
if he has anything else to say
The gunship.
first.
Have you secured its targeting module?
Well, he doesn't. So, let's go talk to Zora. If the option is to kill him, I'm not doing that.
Something on your mind, Captain?
Sandra is willing to talk peace with you.
Too bad. Had I a reliable third party I could trust to set up a meet, maybe I'd consider it. With all the help you've done here, at first I thought it could have been you. But I can't trust you to think logically. Your priorities are skewed a bit too much like Graham's. For all I know, Sanjar's playing you to get to us and you can't see it. So no. In another life, maybe that
doesn't
could have worked out for all of us.
Like
In this
me
one,
enough,
we're going to war.
'cause I didn't get her shit.
Nice day, huh?
Yeah. Well.
The gunship. Have you secured its targeting module?
Yeah.
At last. Now we must secure the Stellar Bay landing pad. We will fortify the city against the Board's assault.
I'm all for fighting the board and all, but... Oh, shit. Just don't shoot too many of my drinking buddies in there, all right?
And you, Captain. Are you prepared?
I don't suppose you could work with Sanjar rather than against him?
No. Our hearts have long since closed to one another. He is blinded by his love for bureaucracy.
Here you go.
This is it. Let us save this planet once and for all. Meet our forces in the ruins south of the city. Come prepared. Sanjar is sure to go down swinging.
We have to kill them all?
We need you out there. Take the city or die trying.
This is your fault. Oh, I need to be outside, so I can't just fast travel.
Hey, Nyoka. I got some questions I've been meaning to ask you.
Keep saying that same crap. Cause I'm at war with the world. Alright, let's go. What if I could just kill the iconoclast instead? Not what I want to do, but... My reputation decreased. I wonder if I just don't attack them, if my reputation won't decrease. If I just let them attack each other. Nope.
Yeah, now that was fun.
Don't work that way. just gonna pick that up because I like the way it looks. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Full cranial helmet. Pick that up. That's neat.
Better take a look.
Riot control helmet.
Everyone all right?
Really won't matter if my reputation is lowered within Masai because they're all gonna be dead.
You're the best there ever was.
The best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice.
Good old Stellar Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. On account of it stinking like fish instead.
We gotta go exploring. I want to see some savages.
How do I get over there? Was I not meant to go this way? I have to go around? I wish there was a mini-map instead of this freaking... whatever you want to call that.
With us?
No, it was an accident. No.
That's the last of him.
Yeah, that's how we fucking do it.
Okay, hopefully they don't keep attacking the other dudes, but if they do, I gotta start over. Because I'm not wiping them both out. Yeah, I gotta... Canaan's Cradle. How long ago was this? Hold on. Let me make a save. I will save over this. And then let's load this up, because I don't know. Because I don't need my companions killing a bunch of the iconoclasts too. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to wipe out two factions. Okay. Okay, yeah. Cool. are they shooting at? Alright, cool. I realize now that I'm not gonna have that other piece of armor that I picked up before. I think the hammer is still my best option. I just accidentally hit somebody.
Watch out! Don't mess with us.
So I picked up a pretty good helmet. If he's meleeing. Bracelet? Dead trooper. Alright, we need to move on to the next one. Weapon parts out the wazoo. Alright. So. I think this is where I got the helmet.
Heads up! Don't mess with the best.
All of them have weapon parts this time around. Alright. Just keep swimming.
Incoming! Everyone all right?
These dudes like aren't even a match for my dudes. Okay, so from here I'm supposed to turn left. But I detoured.
Looks like we're doing this. Yeah! That's what you get!
Yeah, that's how we fucking do it.
Okay, and then we should go this way. I will leave them be because they're too close to each other. I'm mainly... Alright, so I've made it past the part where I messed up. Ah, it saves right there too. Okay.
Company ammo.
Jackass is incoming!
I want to shoot too. take some more weapon parts.
I just learned to find wasted company ammo. Time to go find
I'm glad that you was attacking this, 'cause I couldn't tell what team that thing was on. Okay. I thought that was an enemy. She's wearing armor that looks like theirs. Yeah, dead. What was he even shooting that at? I love it.
Here's hoping the Iconoclasts really do know what they're doing. Monarch is already close to the
Maybe they should have settled their differences with a tossball match.
Speak to Graham. Wait,
Good old Stellar Bay.
Graham is still all the way back there? Okay. No, not to the crossroads. To Amber Heights itself, yeah. Ba-dum, dum, da-dum. Ba-bum, bum, ba-bum. Cause I da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. My dog's not in here. Alright.
Got a few more questions for you. They're real simple. Don't think about them too much.
All right.
Felix.
You ever lured out your prey by mimicking the cry of a mantisaur?
No, monarch prey ain't that smart. You can lure them to you by firing blindly into the air.
Is it true that raptidons can't see you if you stand perfectly still?
Yes. Next time we run into one, I want to see you practicing.
You ever fired off two guns at the same time?
Once. Backflipped while doing it too. That Sprat never saw it coming.
Amusing.
I thought this would be easier. Sanjar's death is surprisingly heavy on my conscience after all this time. But I mustn't let that distract me from our victory. We can now take our truth to the stars, Captain, and I
didn't
have
even
you
see
to thank for
Sanjar's
that.
body. Must have got vaporized. To be honest, I really just didn't like Sanjar. You can thank me by saving the colony from the board. What are you gonna do now?
For the moment, we will recuperate. Collect ourselves and our resources. Know if ever you find yourself in need of a favor, you may call upon your friends in Stellar Bay.
Thanks.
Ah, Nyoka. My people miss your hunts.
Alright. what it's like in Stellar Bay now. No rest for the depraved. Monarch's illegal claim leads to their inevitable demise. Anarchists wrest control from the usurpers. It's a new article. Wow.
It's been quite some time since I was in Stellar Bay. I'd forgotten how badly it stinks of fish. We used that on our marketing materials, you know. The unique musk coming from our scaly little friends. Soon, there will be no marketing materials, no advertisements, no shrines to the wanton gluttony the board so adamantly espouses.
What are your next steps?
We'll spread the truth to the townships first. The board cannot survive without their working class. If your enemy defends itself with slaves, you need only unshackle their bonds to win the war. Then, Byzantium, I suppose. Find Rockwell, convert him, or kill him. I'm not sure there's a difference.
Oh boy. You don't think there's a difference between convincing someone to join you and murder?
He's chosen his path. If it ends in his beheading, he has only himself to blame. Besides, to the rest of the colony, a dead chairman is likely better than a traitorous one. At any rate, I must thank you, Captain. Without you, none of this would have been possible.
So you're in the fish business now.
We aren't in any business, Captain. That's the whole point. Some of my people will fish. Others remain in Amber Heights, as that is their home. Still others continue to hunt in the wilderness. We'll make do in our own way.
Well, if you need any help, let me know.
I surely will, Captain. Thank you for all you've done for the cause.
Bye. I feel like there was something I wanted to tinker. What is this? Tremor cleaver, 294. And it has stuff on it already. That's pretty darn good. So much. Wow. $54, did it actually go up? Yeah, it did. have a ton of weapon parts, so I think I have done everything here now. So I have to speak to Phineas, return to Lilia, search the outpost. Rebecca and Anders were hired to clear an infestation out of an expansion site for Edgewater that Spacer's Choice abandoned in Emerald Vale. Head there with Nyoka and see if they're still alive. Okay, well, let's get to our ship. Should there be like a button here? What's going on? Alright. And thus we leave. And my ship is full.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Let me see if there's anything new on my computer. I doubt there is, but... Yeah. Looks like nothing to me. Doesn't look like anything to me. Let's go back to Phineas. So there's Scylla, Typhon, Eridanos, Olympus, which is huge, Tartarus, and Hephaestus. Whatever this is, I don't know if that's just decoration. But I've only done 2 planets so far.
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Look at that. My nice crew. Yeah, we'll continue with them. All the armor basically looks the same, just different colors. Like as far as the different companies or corporations or whatever. Alright. That's not where we need to go. Hey, Phineas.
According
oh no.
to Hiram's message,
I accidentally skipped a
Minister
thing.
Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting.
What was that about Minister Clark?
Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the dotted line.
Mm-hmm. What's so important about these chemicals?
If I had time and several blackboards, I could explain the details to you, but to put it briefly, dimethyl sulfoxide is the reason you're alive today. The chemical is absolutely essential to reviving the Hope's colonists. I need you to steal as much as you possibly can. The more, the better. If you don't bring me enough chemicals, I might not be able to save the Hope's colonists, and then nothing will stop the board from destroying this colony.
So what's the plan?
Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll
That's
have
a lot
all
of
the
XP.
necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to
Sweet.
land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find.
Anything I should know about this Carmen?
You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway.
Maybe something else?
Of course, of course. What's on your mind?
Nothing, because you don't have anything else to say. Is there like something I can hack into on this? No? Okay. Well, we got some points. So let's go ahead and put them all into this. Wait. Yeah. And then next level, I'll put 2 points into that. My science weapons. This is a science weapon, yeah. Should have gotten better from that. I think it did. 385. On 13, 227. It's hard to keep track of. Yes, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Character. Your ranged attacks reduce the target's armor rating by 1. All area of effect and plasma damage dealt to you is reduced. Reduce the detection radius. Whenever you are affected by a harmful combat effect, you deal increased damage. When you activate TTD, you continue to move at normal speed. That's pretty good. But I'm gonna do this first. I probably should have gotten that. Vendor price is 20% down. Now we need to go back to Lilia. Cool. I'm about to go to Byzantium, so I can do that. I think I'll do the Scylla mission first. After I go back to Lilia, I mean. And then on to Byzantium.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
Fertilizer.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? May luck be with you.
Okay. Back to the Groundbreaker.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Because I have like 3 companion quests right now. Felix actually hasn't had a quest. I'll try to talk to him when we get in here. But like every time I've tried to talk to him, he just has nothing to say. And the girl hasn't had a quest either. The other girl. Ellie, I think her name is. Or I think she had a quest, but it got over really quickly. What am I getting from this mission? It's unfortunate that because I didn't choose to get her stuff, because there wasn't many things that I could have done to help her. So I'm guessing that's the one thing that did it, that I wasn't able to do. They get along. I mean, I probably would have had to kill Graham anyways, but...
That gas is going to make us a fucking mint. 120-some cubic meters of it, at 1,000,000 bits a pop. Take this. You've earned it. When we get buyers lined up, I'm gonna buy a gold toilet to shit in.
Wow, 25,000 XP. Got better rep. I wish I had 100 persuade. She gave me 2,000. The height of ambitious for us all.
You're goddamn right. Monarch isn't exactly a walk down the lanes of Byzantium. But here you are with all your limbs attached. Call me impressed, contractor.
In case you were curious, no one was following me.
No one you saw, anyway. Glad to see you're looking out for yourself. You've been keeping busy. I hear you took on some extra work at Fallbrook. Catherine sounds pleased as a pig in shit over cornering the Borst markets.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, when you were at the slaughterhouse, those swine didn't give you any strange looks, did they?
What do you mean? What do you mean by strange?
Like they were hanging on to your every word, scheming. And when you turned around, maybe they just point like innocent little idiots.
All
right, cut the pig shit.
Oh wow, she really didn't like
I'm
that.
probably getting worked up over nothing. Just try not to think about pigs. You never know, you know?
You okay?
I've got a lot on my mind, but it's nothing that concerns you. At least, not yet. I have another job lined up, assuming you're still interested in work.
Yeah.
You're gonna salvage me a space station. Heliospheric Research Station 1084, to be exact. I want it. Cobwebs and all.
How am I gonna get you a space station?
Looking to expand, huh? Fallbrook ain't big enough for you?
This opportunity won't come around again, Captain.
How did a research station Become salvage.
Right now, it's only salvage on paper. Systems and comms have gone dark. Poke around if you're curious why. While the board lets 1084 gather dust, you're gonna swoop in and plant Sublight's flag. Perfectly legit, perfectly
This is the same
legal.
one that I was already at, because it's going to be really easy. Do you have a buyer lined up?
Not this time. The board tolerates our business up to a point, and selling off a station full of their old gear and terminals crosses that point. But if we were to move in and commandeer the station as a Sublight salvage remote office, that's a different matter. Legally gray by comparison. More of a squatter situation.
Okay. Just point me in the right direction.
Here, this override bypass should get you into the station's systems where you can plant my flag. And one last thing. When you get there, make sure you aren't followed. We wouldn't want that.
Who are we worried about? Authorities? Competitors?
Both. Neither. Right now, it's safer if I keep you in the dark.
Man, what is going on with
I'm on the
this
heels of something
faction?
big. Play your cards right and I'll clue you in, but right now, I'm not sure who I can trust. Just be careful. Someone might try and use you to get to me.
Sounds like she likes me. Contractors. If the authorities are on your heels, our legal team has pre-approved you to recite this passage from our colonial trading rights. Pursuant to regulations, following internally preserved boards, such as a business entity, would therefore be entitled to gather, maintain, and ultimately dispose of decommissioned agricultural hardware and accessories for profit or convenience. The short version: if we handle potted meat, we can legally salvage tractors and tractor parts. That's why I keep a can of Borst in a Sublight-owned safe deposit box off-world, and why the goods you bring in are cataloged as farm equipment. Everything we do is perfectly legal. Now go bring home some bacon. I actually want to do her quest first, because like what she just said is really freaking intriguing. I want her to trust me. Because I want to get in. I'm kind of upset that my character doesn't have like a romantic interest. Like Pravati is getting set up with the doctor, but like Gunnar McRed. I know I recognize that name, but I don't remember.
Must have a sort of decency if he's got the
Why?
board spooked like this.
Let's get to this space station. This seems like it's gonna be really easy, so I'm just gonna run in here and do it. If it's what I think it is, that is.
Crew report. Ryoka is drunk. Surprise. I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells.
Yeah. Do you have more to
Welcome
say
back,
about
Captain.
that?
How can I be of assistance?
See, I always think she's gonna say
Goodbye.
something, but she doesn't. Oh no, this is a new location that she just put on my map. I thought I was going back to Relay GB23. Okay. We'll give it a shot.
We've reached HRS-1084,
Still doesn't seem like it's gonna be
Captain.
very hard.
It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
That doesn't sound good. Huh. Okay. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna talk to him and I didn't.
Hey, boss. Got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? Somebody you knew when you were growing up. You were close. Then one day, they up and vanished. 5 years go by, they send you a message out of the aether. What's going through your head?
That's cute, Felix. What's her name?
You got the wrong idea, boss. It ain't like that. Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest friend.
Huh.
I just heard from him. Says he wants to talk to me. Says it's urgent.
Well, this is obviously important. Let's go.
Clyde's waiting for us on Scylla.
Okay.
What he's
So I'll
doing on an
have two
asteroid, I
things to
can't
do on
begin to
Scylla.
imagine. I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
Yeah, man. I'm not doing that right now. But
Ain't nothing but the void here, Captain. I just as soon leave it cold, dark, and derelict.
okay. Openable? This looks like something. Ooh, there's something right there.
Shh, easy now.
That's really loud. For someone who's trying to whisper. Get what we have here. Don't need any of that. Weapon parts, energy, and yeah, I'll take that. UDL card, energy cells. Energy cell is basically the only type of ammo I use, so. Sealed, even from the inside. Error, unable to access memory cartridge. Terminal power below 5%. Terminal in maintenance mode. Restore power supply to station to resume normal terminal operations. Let's go up this ladder. Monocle. There's a shunt. Ultra. Hunting rifle. Broken one. Anything else up here? No, not really. Ugh. Why is there a mine there? Is this where I came from? No, it is not. Well, let's go.
We ought to keep an eye on these autos. We poke around too much, they might wake up.
They might. Or I might be able to turn them off. No. The terminals are all off. Sealed. Is there a way in that room from in here? I assume there's like a power switch somewhere. leak herds. Okay. Alright. Is this one actually gonna work? Alright. Generator status active, generator mode, maintenance 2% output. Maintenance mode is active, minimal functions available, main menu. Awesome. Okay.
Captain, I've been attempting to contact you with urgent news. However, communicational functionality was impaired due to the power outage.
What's going on?
A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. So glad we finally have this opportunity. My ship is docked with 1084. There's no escape.
What do you want?
You've been poking your nose into restricted locations. This makes my superiors unhappy. I could peel your ship open like a can of forest. But I'm in a sporting mood.
What was that? You want me to hit this big self-destruct button?
I didn't say that. How did you gain access to that system? Stop it at once.
Welcome to hell, Commander.
Did you hit it yet? What's happening in there? I don't know who you are, but I have nothing to gain by risking my hide against a lunatic. Commander out.
The UDL gunship is undocking from the station.
That was great.
They appear to be departing into space.
I love that.
You got a real fine way with words.
Is that where I came from? Why is the door shut? Okay, so the restricted access shit is on now. Wait. There was no... like... Okay, so I am meant to come back up here. Now there's a couple of terminals up here. Open. Is that where I was? Ooh, those are online now. Great, okay. Do I have the... I do not have the ID. As long as I stay hidden, should be alright.
Search failed.
Awesome.
Suspicious data not found. Returning to
Okay, so let's go.
Frost.
To shreds, you say?
I've been waiting for this.
Got him!
Okay. So let's go in here again. And there was a... Enter keycard. Messages. Redact. Closing down. A transport vessel has been dispatched to HRS 1084. I have taken the liberty of upgrading the sensitive materials containment rating of this asset, which means you are permitted to leave with company-branded consumables but all personnel effects must be left behind. Do not interfere with the tanks. A cleanup crew will dispose of all exhausted assets in time. Anyone who requires ethical correction can speak to a Spacer Care approved alienist. James is gone and he never said goodbye. I keep telling myself that he wanted me to remember him as he was outside of the tank. Or maybe he was just bad at goodbyes. When I saw what was left of him, I wanted to airlock everyone who let it happen. You could have said something, James. We were never short on time. Nothing's keeping me here now. The bits aren't worth it. I've requested a transfer. I get the impression I'm not the only one. Kimball thinks there'll be trouble once the docks run out of warm bodies. If James was around, I know he'd set her straight. Now that he's gone, maybe I could use some convincing too. She showed up next to my bunk last night, said that if anything happened to her, her passport was her daughter's name. Hope it never comes to that. Huh. Okay. Okay, those still are out of commission. Of course, morale is low. You gave those PhDs tanks of nuclein scrambling gas and no warm bodies to test it on. What did you think would happen? They can test on each other all they want, but no one lays a hand on my squad. I'm installing safeguards in case anyone challenges that decree. Kimball. You asked that I reach out. I'm doing so. Is something amiss with the team? How's their morale, their commitment to the project? Once upon a time, there was a princess who trained to be a soldier, while the other princesses got jobs at canneries and counting houses. The soldier squinted down her sights at the firing range and made sure she hit the target every time. Then one day, a not very nice man offered her a job at an ivory tower, far, far away from the kingdom. The princess could provide for her ailing father, her lovely child, and her goofball husband, but she would have to stay locked in the tower until the doctors could find a way out. Once she thought better of her choices, the princess applied for early dismissal, but no one listened. The end. I love you, Angelica. Maybe you can write me a better ending. Give your father a hug and tell him I'm sorry for missing another birthday, Mom. Security routines. Engage automechanical recharge protocols. I don't want to do that. I don't want to recharge them. Okay. Where's the door? Legit, where's the door? Oh. Barred. What the heck am I supposed to do? Where I need to go is in there. Wait, here's the door. Whoop.
Whoa. Careful where you step.
I can unlock that with the key card. The floor is electrified. I can't even go in there. There we go. Security routines, disengage checkpoint security. Is that what that is? Personal files. Mama Bear. Kimball came by asking if any of the docs had been around. I told her what I know. It's been quiet. Just ask Alpha. She walked off with a spring in her step. Okay, weird. Then she requisitioned a UDL Electroflora 3000 for my checkpoint and a crate of concussion mines. Guess she didn't believe me. Is she preparing for war? She's acting like she knows something the rest of us don't. Seems especially uncomfortable around the docks. Sleeping quarters. I'm sure I have plenty of ammo. I just keep picking more up. Wait. Yeah. That. The thing is like, I don't really use these anymore, but I don't want to not pick them up. Ooh, 50? Yeah, I'll take that. That might be better than my current helmet. I don't remember. I will check right now. 53. And mine's level 18. And this is 50, level 19. Yeah. Mine is still better, but I think that one would probably end up costing less.
Shh. Boss.
Alright. Well, we took care of that. There's a scientist in here. I wonder if it's part of that same experiment. James Guthrie. Yep. Current status alive. Extremely unstable condition. Stasis setting active. Notes. Subject will need extensive nucleon resequencing for any chance of viable extraction. I'm so sorry it ended up like this, James. We will come back for you all and fix this. I swear on it. Please forgive me. Chartrand and Fall. That's why she's sending spices to the people. Subject, Dr. Charles McNulty, current status, alive, unstable condition, stasis setting, active. Notes, subject should not be revived until a method for stabilizing his condition is found. In gratitude, Claire Pearsall. Oh wow, there's 3. Alive. Subject's condition is dire. Make sure resuscitation devices are on hand upon revival. Please hold on, Claire. We almost had it this time. I swear we'll bring you back. With love. I wonder if these people can actually be brought back. What's in here? Oh. This is that door that was barred. Ooh, I can't go in here. Because I need more lockpick. There's been a couple areas I haven't been able to get in because of that. Security routines. Unlock personal quarters. Insert sublight override code. Awesome. Accessing override data displaying automated confirmation. If you're reading this, you're standing in the legal property of Sublight Salvage and Shipping. Good work, contractor. Report back to Sublight HQ to collect your cut. Ilya Hagen. Project summary. Wait. Wait. It's been 1,217 days since last login. Biological hybridization and simulation strategies. Active team members, Chartrand and Fall. Inactive team members. Goal, further the chimeric sciences via the targeted modification of human nuclein using strands obtained from Halcyon native fauna. Classification, C-Rapt 1002, AK Raptidon. It has come to my attention that a culture of distrust has soured relations between HRS 1084's research staff and security personnel. Many of you have submitted requests for early dismissal. To the research staff, the importance of your work supersedes any interpersonal conflict. To our security personnel, there will be no early dismissal. You will also notice that your employment contract has no set end date. We can enjoy a discussion of morale and its impact on success metrics once the question of humanity's place in the Halcyon colony is answered. In the meantime, get back to work. Alright. We almost lost Charlie. It was a runaway resequencing shift. Once it started, it kept going, spreading beyond the isolated tissue to a full-blown systemic infiltration. He said it was like every organ was itchy. I told him we'd ice him, freeze him until we could work out how to reverse what had gone wrong. Every time Laura walked by me, she rubbed my shoulders and asked me to take a different reading. They didn't need to be taken. It was just to keep my mind occupied. She's been checking on me every hour since. We had to put Claire on ice today. She and the others drew straws. Claire lost. The change was slower this time. At first, the resequence stayed within normal parameters, but then it spread again, just like with Charlie. Tomorrow, I'm reaching out to my handler directly. I need some answers. I wonder how Guthrie's doing. I hear symphony music from under his door. Transmissions begin. Is anyone listening on this frequency? Who is this? I'm the project lead on 1084. I wanted... Station 1084, you have orders to maintain wireless silence until a mission end state is achieved. Password antediluvian. What can I do for you, Doctor? The board told me they would deliver my queries about our transcript problem on the Cornelius Vanderbilt. Where are we with that? I'm afraid I can't provide an updated status at this time, Doctor. The assault cruiser should have arrived on Earth by now. My query was addressed to the Chimerical Research Department at George de Hevesy Institute in Budapest. One of my associates will reach out when we have an update. When? Are you in contact with the assault cruiser? What happened out there? Station 1084, misuse of this channel is a fireable offense, as is abusing your executive override, save in cases of emergency. Damn it! This isn't me! Transmission ends. Executive override for user Chartrand E discontinued. Duration indefinite. This log is being entered by Dr. Fall. I had to prescribe Dr. Chartrand with enough sedatives to knock out a primal. Yesterday morning, Dr. Guthrie and I drew straws to decide which one of us would be the next test subject. He pulled the short one. No new developments. After all our sacrifices, it still feels like we're miles away from a breakthrough. Eva hasn't forgiven herself for the losses. Maybe sometime away from HRS 1084 will clear her mind. The board confirmed receipt of my report and transmitted our recall notice. We're just awaiting transport. I wish we could take some time away from the project to clear our heads, but we're not even close to that point.
You know something? You might be the finest agent Sublight ever hired.
Thanks, man.
That scientist, right? From Cascadia.
Yeah, do you have anything to say?
I bet you'll like Rebecca. What's up?
Why would you say that?
What's on your mind?
I wanted to ask you about this Harlow guy.
Yeah, sure thing. Ask away.
What's a guy like him doing all the way on Scylla?
I've been thinking about that. Scylla's about as far away from civilization as I can imagine. Cold, barren rocks and the occasional mining operation. Clyde wasn't exactly a prospector. I guess we'll find out when we get there.
How well did you know him?
Clyde was my first friend, but he was also my mentor. Taught me how to think, how to question, how to disobey. I figured the board got him in the end. Some guys with black uniforms snatching him off the street in the middle of the night or something.
You said Harlow was your mentor?
Yeah. I was just a lonely orphan kid getting my knuckles dirty. Clyde? I want to say he saw some potential in me. Like as not, he just took pity on me. So he took me in. Gave me a place to live. Gave me something to believe in.
You think Harlow might be in trouble?
That's what I don't know. The message was light on details. No explanations, as usual. Clyde. He was a blustery old cuss. Carried on about violent revolution and seizing the means of production.
Harlow must have made some enemies the way he talked about revolutions.
Clyde wasn't an idiot. He kept his head down, worked hard. Did as he was told. You're not gonna catch him standing on a soapbox decrying the tyranny of the board. But when the Mardettes had their backs turned, oh yeah, he carried on about starting a revolution. Said he was gonna do something big.
Well, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, boss?
If you have anything. And you don't. I wish I could get into this room. Unfortunately, that's not happening. No matter what I want. I don't know if there's anything good in there. I just wish I could get in there. Just gonna be on a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna call it quits for the night. Alright, let's go back to...
Didn't I request
what?
no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board?
Why are
Who
there
keeps ordering
cows?
these?
What the heck is this? Why do I have cows on here?
Engine 2 has been running hot lately. Captain, can you ask Parvati to check the coils again?
I don't know. Can I?
Miss Nyoka's so capable, you hardly notice how sad she looks.
I can't, actually. What is this? Oh, it's the respec. I actually forgot I could respec. I don't think there's really any reason to.
On stand by for command.
Has
Scanning
Sam
for C.
been doing some weird
5,
shit?
4, 7. Grade rated contaminants.
Is that why we have all the cows? Because otherwise, I don't know where the cows are coming from. We have 4 cows. Alright, where is Ellie? I'd like to speak to her. I haven't really taken her out.
So, we're just gonna march straight into Byzantium and acquire some rare chemicals right under the board's nose? I sure hope you negotiated for a raise with this Phineas guy.
Why do you say that?
Ever notice how this job gets bigger and more dangerous every time he calls in? He's asking a lot, Captain. Makes me wonder what your angle is.
Phineas rescued me from the Hope. The least I can do is help him see this through.
That's one way of looking at it. Another is that he pulled you out of hibernation without your say-so and got you to do his dirty work. Besides, none of this is your mess, so why go dirtying your hands with it?
Because it's the right thing to do.
Hate to say it, but the right thing rarely pays well. The board's put a bounty on his head, and they've got more than enough bits to pay it. I've got no love for the corporations, but they know how to take care of their people. The ones at the top, anyway.
Board's corrupt.
Everyone is. The board just pays the best. I know you want to save the day, but don't forget to look after yourself. No one else out here's going to.
I didn't know you cared.
Hey, don't get any ideas. I'm just making sure you last long enough to pay me at the end of this. Anything else?
Never mind. Cool. Raptidon named Frida. Nyoka has scrawled the name Frida into this otherwise pristinely preserved Raptidon head. Strike with this and you'll feel it going up your arms and into your shoulders. Never once let me down. Framed photograph of Nyoka's crew. A faded photograph of Nyoka with her hunter crew etched into the back in a muddy red is the word Charon. Unlocks the perk the crew for Nyoka. Huh. Wow, she's a lot of alcohol. Potent, earthy, one whiff of this and a Raptidon will tear through 6 inches of armor just to get to you. I don't need her Spectrum vodka. Don't need her ammo. Anatomy poster. Things have been found in the digestive system of a common Raptidon. Intact cans of Spacer's Choice salt tuna, other smaller Raptidons, bottle of purpleberry wine, bit carts, the remains of last season's Auntie Cleo's darlings. Anatomy poster. Nyoka is single-handedly responsible for a 10% drop in the population of terror rays in Monarch. This is my dartboard. Vulnerable spots are extra points. There's no darts in it. Also, why would she write that on there? Whoa, there's like a full-on shelf in his room. You have anything to say, man?
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
Nothing. Alright, let's go to Lilia. Da 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 da.
Captain, I wish to offer
Wait.
my commendations for convincing the UDL's gunship to leave HRS-1084 I did not favor the idea of being stripped and sold for parts.
You're
Welcome
welcome.
back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Alright,
See you
well,
soon, Captain.
I'm going to turn this mission into Lilia, and that'll be where I end it. So, I'll see you guys Wednesday.
Destination reached.
Wednesday
The
night.
Groundbreaker.
Alright. I'm very intrigued by this quest line. I want to finish this quest line. And I want to finish on my bald for a second. I want to finish on my companion quest lines too.
Finally, a base of our own. Soon we'll have eyes on every corner of the system. Well done, Captain.
You'll also find some automech salvage awaiting new owners. The base had scientists in suspension tanks. Some might still be alive.
I heard about that. While my lawyers scratch their heads wondering how we deal with human salvage, I'm leaving the researchers in hibernation. Aside from the automated security, did you meet any resistance at the station?
A UDL gunship buzzed the station, but I convinced them to back off.
I knew it. They've been shadowing us since Monarch, maybe even longer. I've been less than honest with you. Your assignments weren't strictly about the salvage business. You might have figured that out already.
Rare gas in a lab that tested it on people couldn't have been a coincidence. Man, I wish I had enough perception for that. This is about your cloak and dagger warnings?
That's right. Up until now, I've kept you in the dark for your protection, and more importantly, mine. But I'd like to think we've earned each other's trust.
Is she the last scientist?
After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed
she's
my
not.
fears. You and I have stumbled onto something big. Something none of us were meant to know.
Bad news, I take it?
Maybe the worst. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself why stockpiles were hidden on a planet full of monsters.
I'm guessing you have an idea.
Before we go any further, I want you to keep an open mind. Can you do that for me, Captain?
I can do that.
Aliens. I'm talking about aliens. They're the ones responsible for the deaths at 1084, and who knows what else. We have to put a stop to it.
I knew it. Aliens from other worlds been visiting Halcyon.
At least one of your crew can keep an open mind. But this isn't some Aetherwave serial, Millstone. This is reality.
Aliens?
Hear me out. I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm not even asking you to believe it. But I need to act on this threat to the colony, and I can't do it alone.
I don't know how this
Right.
adds up to
I'm
aliens.
done. I'm officially tuning you out until such time as I hear the words payment and or shooting.
Damn, she's serious. Tragic, ain't it? What age does to your mental faculties?
Just doesn't make any
The
sense.
crew is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blindfolds on. I assume you have questions?
A few.
If we're gonna see this through, I'll need your trust and commitment. Now's the time for setting doubts aside.
When you say aliens, what are we talking about here?
Conspiracy. One carried out with the help of human collaborators, assuming they haven't all been replaced. This is an invasion of our very cells. That damned gas is mixing our nucleon with halcyon biology to twist us, change us, make us more like those monsters on Monarch.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with aliens? I haven't seen any evidence of aliens.
No kidding. That's how they want it. When I lined up the evidence in my spreadsheet, there was only one possible conclusion looking back at me. This is my data talking, not my anxiety or lack of sleep.
How do you know I'm not an alien spy on a mission to silence you?
Sharing my findings took a calculated risk. If you were a spy, I doubt you'd even realize it. Only your cells would
I'm
know.
a sleeper cell. We're coming to get you, Lilia. Nice, Night of the Living Dead reference. Well, that's comforting. I'm not gonna piss her
Probably
off,
nothing
though.
to worry about, as long as you don't start growing tentacles or slowing down
I'm
time.
coming to get you, Barbara. Alright, what needs to be done?
Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She sold out her species. I need you to put a bullet through her skull.
Jeez. Why did she need to die?
She's a research scientist and a damn good one. Before UDL poached her, she engineered a 0.2% increase in cystipig juiciness.
Okay.
Now she's doing the same thing with humanity. Her fingerprints were all over Station 1084. You saw what she did to her team.
Your concern for the fate of our species is admirable.
You've got me all wrong. I just want to add savior of humanity to my resume. I've got ambitions outside of this office, you know. Besides, this way Sublight gets first dibs on alien salvage.
Now it all makes sense. Sounds messy, but I'll take the job. Murder isn't covered in my contract. Where does Chartrand fit into your alien conspiracy theory? The labs I passed through didn't seem that evil.
Do you usually come across innocent people trapped in suspension tanks? Because some of us would call that excessive. Remember, the tanks were just the shit she left behind. Just imagine the experiments she carted off to her next lab.
Where does she fit into this alien conspiracy theory?
We're far beyond theories. Chartrand's logs, the gas, the suspension tanks. How much proof do you need? Wake up, Captain.
I'm not feeling aliens.
An invasion needs collaborators working from the shadows. She has access to the board, unlimited funds, and a colony full of sheep.
I'll take the job.
This key card will get you through the front door of her Byzantium estate.
'Cause
Don't
she's on
ask how I got
Byzantium.
it. You might not like the answer. By now, the other side knows what you're doing. Don't trust anything Chartrand says. She's compromised down to the bone.
So I've got a few missions on
Maybe even
Byzantium
deeper
now.
than that.
And this is where we'll pick up tomorrow. And well, not tomorrow. but on the next stream, and I will see you all then. Peace out.